Right guys, welcome back to another CrosseMaths lesson. Okay, today we're going to be doing averages and range. Okay, what I'd like you to do is pause the video now and have a go at the challenge grid. Okay, 1 mark for a red, 2 mark for a yellow and 3 mark for a green. Okay, it's out of 18, anywhere around 12 to 15 is a really good score. Right then, so each individual one. Okay, I'm going to go through them all. Again, you will notice if you've done lots of these that we tend to have the same questions every single time. Okay, so 870 divided by 6. What that does is it makes us really good at those topics. Okay, these are kind of the key topics you need, especially if you're going to progress at GCSE. So I've got 870 divided by 6. 6 goes into 8 once, remainder 2. 6 goes into 27 4 times, remainder 3. And 6 goes into 35 times. So my answer is 145. Next I've got 68 add on to 269. Okay, so I'm going to put 269 on top, 68 underneath. It's an adding question, so make sure they hug the right hand side. 0 goes on the left hand side. 9 take away 8 is 1, 6 take away 6 is nothing, 2 take away 0 is just 2. So my answer is 201. Bear with the video while it loads. Okay, cool. Right then, so 49 times 28, again, just lay this out however you want to, okay, it's totally up to you. Okay, I like the grid, I like the Chinese method, only because it makes it loads easier for me, because I only have to multiply single digit numbers. Okay, 49 times 28, 2 times 4 is 8, 9 times 2 is 18, 9 times 8 is 72, and 8 times 4 is 32. Once I'm there, I've got 2 in the first slide, I've got a 7, a 2 and an 8, next one's our 17, I've got 1, a 3, an 8 and a 1, which is 13, and a 1 and a 0, which is 1. So my answer is 1,372. Eight x equals 48. Okay, so I'm going to try and get x on its own. So in order to do that, I've got to get rid of the 8 in front of the x. Now that's an 8 times x. In order to get rid of the 8 times x, I've got to divide both sides by 8, sorry. If I divide both sides by 8, I get x on the left. 48 divided by 8 is 6. 83 take away 49. Okay, some really straightforward subtraction, but you may have to borrow. 3 take away 9, I can't do that, so I'm going to borrow from the 7, from the 8, sorry, turn it into a 7. 13 take away 9 is 4. 7 take away 4 is 3. Okay, even though that's one you can do in your head, I recommend doing it using column subtraction just because it means you won't get it wrong. Okay, so I've got 4x minus 3y plus 9x plus 7y. Okay, I'm going to push shapes around the one I recognise to be the same. Okay, so the x's are the same, and then I'm going to put an oval around the y's, because those two are the same as well. It's not a very good oval, but it's an oval. 4x plus 9x, okay, I've made sure I got the sign in front of the 9x. 4x plus 9x is 13x. Minus 4y plus 7y is positive 3y. Really straightforward. Okay, 20% of 430, okay, really easy. Okay, you always find 10% first. 10% is 43. If 10% is 43, I'm just going to double that to give me 20%. I'm going to times both sides by 2. If I times the right hand side by 2, I end up with 86. So 20% of 430 will give me 86. £56 in the ratio 4 to 3. Okay, you add your shares up first. 4 plus 3 means I got 7 shares altogether of money. Okay, 7 shares of money. I'm going to take my £56, divide it by 7. Each individual share then is worth £8. If each share is worth £8, 4 lots of £8 is 32. 3 lots of £8 is 24. Really straightforward. Okay, last one, 1 over 3 plus 1 over 6. Okay, I'm not going to cross multiply for this one, only because you've got to make sure the bottom numbers are the same. And for the question we've got, we don't have to cross multiply. We can just times the left hand side by 2. End up with 2 over 6 plus 1 over 6. Gives you 6 on the bottom in the answer, because there's 6 on the bottom in the question. 2 plus 1 is 3, which simplifies down to a half if you want to simplify it. Okay, so what you'll end up with is something that looks like this. Okay, if you've gotten those right, that's brill. Make sure they're marked. Okay, if you've got about 12 to 15, that's amazing. If you're getting more than that, you probably find your stuff a bit too easy, and it may be worth looking at the year 9 or intermediate sessions. So, okay, averages. Okay, averages are a really, really easy topic. I'm going to go through one at a time. On the left hand side, mode is the most common number, okay? So mode is most, okay? It is an average, okay? What I suggest you do each time is put the numbers in order, okay? Probably not going to do it for the example, only because it's only mode, okay? It's really important you do it for median, but I'm not going to do it for the example, but I may do it later on. Okay, so look at my numbers. The number that I see that appears the most is 1, 2, there's 3 5s, and that's the most number. So the mode for my set of numbers is the number 5, because that appears 3 times. It appears the most. What I'd like you to do is pause the video now, get the numbers on the left hand side, get the stuff on the left hand side, all of it written down as an example, and have a go at the right hand side. Okay, hopefully that's all written down. On the right hand side, the mode, if I look at my set of numbers, the one that appears the most, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 50s, so the mode these numbers is 50. Again, if you need to, you can put them in order. That does generally make it easier to see what the mode is, but you don't have to, okay, with mode. What I'd like you to do, guys, have a go at one of the boxes, please. Red being the easiest, amber being the middle, green being the hardest. Find the mode for each one. Pause the video and have a go. Right, guys, hopefully you're all done. Okay, the answers you should have got look like this. Okay, what you'll find on the green on the last two, the third one on green, 82 and 88 are the mode, so it's bimodal, that's what it's called. It has 2 modes. And on the last one on green, there isn't a mode because there's no number that appears more than once. So they're all different numbers, so you'd say there's no mode. Right, guys, so that's the mode done, okay? Median, now this one you do have to put the numbers in order. It's crucial you put them in order because you're looking for the middle value when they're in order. So if I look at these numbers, I've got a 2. And as I put them in order, I'm going to cross them out. I've got a 2, I've got a 3, I've got a 3, I've got a 5, a 5, a 5. Oh, I see I've missed one. It does happen. I got a 4 after the 3. Then I've got a 5, a 5, and a 5. And then a 6 and a 6 on the end. Now, the median, okay, I'm just going to get rid of that just so you can copy them down in a sec. The median is the middle number with these numbers. What you do, you start from either side and you just cross them off. Cross off from either side until you're left with one number in the middle. The number in the middle of mine is the number 5. So my median is 5. Okay, really straightforward. What I'd like you to do is pause the video now, get that really clear example on the left written down, and have a go at the ones on the right hand side. Right, guys, should be all done, okay? So you've got to get these in order. It's important that you do that, okay? Especially for median. Okay, so I've got 47. Okay, it's really important you cross these out, only because there's so many similar numbers. 48. 49. 49. 49. 50, 50, 50, 50. Okay, I'm going to go down the side now only because my handwriting's a little bit too big. I've got fat fingers. 51 and 55. Okay, so try and write those down in a straight line. Okay, hopefully your fingers aren't as fat as mine. So what you should have, okay, if you get all those written down, okay, you should have a median with the middle number. I'm going to cross off from either end. Number that's left is the number 50, so my median is 50. Okay, it is literally that straightforward, and it's a really nice one, averages, okay, really easy topic. You just got to make sure you remember which one is which. Okay, mark whatever you've done. Hopefully you got that correct. If you did, that's fab. Okay, what I'd like you to do, using exactly the same numbers as you had earlier on, so if you did put them in order earlier on, you don't have to do it again. Can you pause the video now, have a go at one of the boxes? Okay, there's no shame in attempting red or amber if you think those will help you understand it better. Right, hopefully you're all done. Okay, the medians you should have got are these ones by here. When it says 7.5 and 87.5, the trick with that is you'll be left with 2 numbers in the middle. So you'll be left with an even amount of numbers. Okay, and the trick with that is you've got to look at the 2 numbers. Obviously here we've got 7 and 8 in the middle. Look at the 2 numbers and look what's exactly in the middle of them. And then so you add them together and divide by 2. So the middle between 7 and 8 on amber 4 would have been 7.5, because between 7 and 8 is 7.5. Right, mean, so this is the hard one, okay? So what you're going to do, mean to work out, add all the numbers together and divide by the amount of numbers you started with. Okay, so for the one we've got, I've got 3 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 6. Often you'll get a calculator with this. If I add all the numbers on top, I end up with 23, 26, 28. $39. Okay, and if I divide 39 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers, 39 divided by 9 gives you, because you'll often get a calculator, gives me 4.3 as a mean. Okay, so you can get decimals with this, okay, but it doesn't matter because you'll have a calculator anyway. What I'd like you to do is pause the video now and have a go at the one on the right hand side. Make sure that example's copied down. Right then, so the one on the right hand side, if I add all my numbers up, so 48 plus 49 plus 50 plus 51 plus 49 plus 49 plus 55 plus 47 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50 gives me 548. And I'm going to divide that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 numbers. So I'm going to divide that by 11. Gives me 49.8 for my mean. Okay, and it's literally that straightforward. So make sure that's marked for me. If you didn't have a calculator, okay, it will be very difficult to do in your head. So don't beat yourself up if you didn't have one. But make sure you got a calculator for the questions coming up. Right, guys, pause the video. Same numbers again. Okay, we're using these numbers only because it'll make it really easy for us because we don't have to write the sets of numbers out each time. Okay, so use maybe the same box you did before. Pause the video now and have a go at one of the boxes. Right, so hopefully that's all done. The means you should have got if you added them up. Okay, you should have got something that looks like this. Okay, mark whatever you've done so far. If you got all of those right, that's brilliant. You really, really understand this topic. Right then, so very last one. So we've done mode, median, and mean. They're the three main averages. Range isn't an average, but it's important to note range when you're dealing with the averages. Okay, so like an add-on. Okay, range is how far you get from the biggest to the smallest. So you put the numbers in order, again, if you want to, but generally what they'll do is they'll ask you all four at once on a GCSE paper, so you will have to put them in order anyway. But for range, you don't necessarily have to. Take away the biggest from the smallest. So our range for these set of numbers is going to be the biggest, which is 6, take away the smallest, which is 2, 6 take away 2 is 4. Really straightforward. Pause the video now, get that example copied down, and have a go at the ones on the right hand side. Okay, hopefully you're all done. Looking at these, now my range is the biggest number, 55. Take away the smallest number, 47. So my range for these numbers is 8. Okay, range is super easy. Okay, I really like range. Mark what you've done by there. What I'd like you to do, once it's marked, have a go at the same set of numbers, but I'd like you to find the range now. Right then, so all done on that one. Okay, mark whatever you've done so far. Hopefully that's all done. Okay, hopefully you got them all right. Okay, what I'd like you to do now, we're going to test ourselves using the knowledge we've gained so far on an actual GCSE question. Have a go at the question in front of you. Okay, once you've had a good go, pause the video now. I'm going to go through it. Okay guys, cool. Hopefully you had a good go at that. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through it. Okay, I'm not going to read through the whole question, but we want to work out what the mean number of cars parked in a car park at 10 AM for each of these days. Okay, now, there was cars parked every single day. Okay, so I'm not going to put the days in order of the week, but I'm going to put the days in order of size. So we've got to find 7 different numbers of the numbers of cars parked at a local car park. Okay, all of the answers are going to be in the bullet points. Once we know our 7 numbers, we've got to work out the mean average. Okay, so let's start from the top and work down. The car park always had some cars parked in it. Okay, that's not useful, but I'm going to obviously note all of them have got to be 0 and above. Okay, the greatest number of cars was 11. Okay, cool. So on my far right hand side, I'm going to fill in number 11 because I know that's going to be the biggest number. The range was 8. What that'll mean is the difference between 11 and the smallest number is 8. So 11 take away 3 makes 8. So the smallest number has to be 3. The median was 9. Well, I got 7 numbers, so I know that's an easy one to fill in. I can put 9 by there. The mode was 10. What that means is if the mode would have to, 10 would have to go between 9 and 11. If that's the mode, then it'd have to be more than one of those things. So there's going to have to be 2 10s by there. Okay. The one day there was 6, another day there was 7. Okay, 6 there, 7 there. Okay, cool. We've got our 7 days filled in of the number of cars. Once you know all those, you've got to add them up to work out the mean. If I add all those numbers up, it gives me 56. And I'm going to divide that by the number 7. 56 divided by 7 gives me 8 cars.